want to say a little bit more about use of the median versus use of the mean as measures of central tendency. If the previous examples in this playlist haven't been making it clear already what's going on. Suppose that these 6 scores represent in tens of thousands of dollars salaries that people are earning at a small company. So there's one person making 80,000, another making 110,000, another making 50,000. This one making 20 times 10,000 would be 200,000, and so on. Okay, so it's a small number. We could come up with in tens of thousands of dollars what the mean and the median are by hand. How I began things in this playlist, but I want to show one more shortcut. I've shown finding mean and median using both StatCrunch and Excel. So one more option is using the TI-84. As with any technology shortcut, make sure that it is something that your instructor allows you to use. Up until this past year, I was working with a different textbook, and I didn't want to share something until I'd had a quiz or an exam that would deal with small number of scores, finding the mean or median of a distribution. And then later on, I would share those shortcuts. And so the same caution applies here, that you want to make sure that it's at a point where it's okay with your instructor to use them. Okay, so we can go to the stat menu and select the very first option. I've got some data from in there previously. I'm going to clear that out. So I have to go up to the top of the column, press clear, and then enter. Do the same for the other two. Top of the column, clear out list 2, and top of the column, clear out list 1. Press enter. Okay, our 6 scores: 8, 11, 5, 8. Did I type? Yes. Okay, a 20 and a 2. So we can go to stat again and pick the second option to sort what's in list 1. Press second and 1, and then close the parentheses. When we go back to the stat menu, I think it's freezing up on me here. We've got the 2, 5, 8, 11, and 20. There should be 2 8s. So 2, 5, 8, 8 again, 11, and 20. All right. And then again, this is a small enough set of data. The scores are small enough. You could work out, well, hey, 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So we should be going halfway between the third and fourth scores. 2, 3, well, halfway between 8 and another 8 is just going to be 8 again. You could also find the mean by adding all of these up, it should be 54, and 54 divided by 6 is 9. Okay, well, if we go to stat again, and then the second submenu, calc, pick the very first option that's short for one variable statistics. And we want this on what's in list 1. So second and 1, press enter, calculate. And it's giving us that the mean, it's labeled as X bar. We don't know if it came from a mean, if that mean came from a population or a sample. So as I predicted, 54 over 6 is 9. Let's go ahead and say that that was actually from an entire population, because as I said, this stands for in tens of thousands of dollars, how much people are making at a small company. If we scroll down with the arrow, we've got a median of 8, as I predicted. So that's it for the technology shortcut. However, there is one last thing I want to talk about. And again, that's the appropriateness of certain measures of center. Notice that 20, somebody making $200,000, that's $90,000 higher than what this person is making right here. If you were the other 5 people, which do you think would be a more appropriate measure of center? If they're looking to hire a 7th person, they put out an ad and they're going to talk about what the typical pay is at that company. Should they be saying $80,000 or should they be saying $90,000? Well, with the mean greater than the median, that's telling us that this distribution is skewed right. That score of 20 has dragged up the mean compared to what we have for the median. So the other 5 people would say, hey, you should say that the typical pay is $80,000 per year. But if that's the person that owns the company and is writing the ad and wants to make the company look even more attractive, that person would probably want to go with saying, hey, we typically pay $90,000 per year. That would be more enticing to people that are applying. However, the more appropriate tends to be the median because of distributions being skewed left or skewed right.